Hi, my name is Ellie Brocklehurst, and with me today is my beautiful friend and co-host Beck Nadalo, and together we are full-timers. As two working mums with small children and hubbies in tow, we've come to the realisation that the best way to define us and a lot of people out there is that we're full-time. Full-time mums, full-time wives, full-time employees, friends and daughters. And with all that full-time comes with it a lot of weight, obstacles and constraints, but also a lot of great opportunities. We've been searching for somewhere to validate our feelings about what it takes to be a woman in today's world. So rather than continue that search, we thought, let's start it. Welcome to the Full-Timers Club.
Hi everyone, welcome back to the Full-Timers Club. I'm Beck.
I'm Ellie.
And I just want to start off by saying I had one of those mornings where I woke up with a horrible headache, day 2 period. So like just feeling like utter shit and frumpy and gross. And I looked at my wardrobe trying to get ready in a hurry. I probably tried on 50 outfits, all of which is pretty much the same anyway. I just felt like crap. And I had one of those moments where I was like, I hate my wardrobe. I hate everything in it. I feel frumpy. I feel gross. And I feel like this is a conversation you and I have a lot lately.
A lot.
Like what is our wardrobe strategy?
Yeah.
What is our identity? How much it's changed? And you can see the pants that I'm wearing right now. Like my navel is a good 5 centimeters under the top of my pants because that's how high they are. Actually, do you know someone at work has nicknamed me Harry High Pants?
My husband calls me that all the time, which I used to be offended by, but now
it's like a
of course, I've had 2
compliment.
kids.
Totally. I have a mum pouch. Thank you very much. But yeah, I guess this topic of like identity and how clothes, wardrobe, all of outfit choices, it feels or it sounds like so trivial, but actually is such a big thing because it's linked to your identity and who you are. And I think for us as well, how we've evolved over the last few years of having COVID, gym pants, and then having a baby and then coming back and this evolution of identity and how we've kind of grown with it and our wardrobes have grown with it.
And I do think, I'm always really conscious of, circular fashion and not just buying things and then throwing them out super quick. But at the same time, I look like I've kept pretty much all my clothes from since I moved to Singapore. And there are some small pants in there. Like there are not only in waist size, but length. Like there are some shorts. I'm like,
please don't tell me you have some capris in there.
I don't know what that is.
Capri pants, like below the knee, pedal pushers.
Oh my God, do you?
No, I haven't had those for a long time.
No, but
actually, I don't know if I ever had pedal pushers.
I think I did when I was like 8. There's actually a really shocking photo of me, which maybe I'll post one day, which is where I cut all my hair off, and I'm in like short, like boy short, and I wore
I gotcha.
You got me. I had like a barbed wire tattoo and I was wearing like knickerbockers. They were like frayed. I actually, you know what? I'll find the photo.
As a legit
I'll post it on
outfit?
social. It's a legit outfit.
Oh my goodness.
And it's with one of my friends from Melbourne. And I sometimes post it on her wall every few years just to remind her that we've come a long way.
You need to send me this. But you and I have laughed a lot about how when I got pregnant, I don't know what the hell happened. So, okay, starting again.
Yeah.
I wear black. I wear black,
Or white or grey.
sometimes
Brown
grey,
sometimes.
a little bit thrown in some red lately, but
That's
I
nice.
don't really
Not
wear
really.
much colour.
No.
And then it's like I got pregnant and I just started wearing florals. And I remember buying
It was
this
so
like
weird.
lilac Zimmermann skirt, which I'd never actually even wore. And all these like flowery print dresses, like it's like all my hormones were just like, I was really deep in my feminine phase. And then I had a baby and it's like I literally looked at my wardrobe and was like, what the fuck just happened to me? Got rid of it all, decluttered and went back to like black, white, grey. But it's like in the last few years, I still haven't been able to like get into a rhythm. It's like every morning I'm waking up going, what is my strategy here? Even though I have like countless Pinterest pin boards.
You do. You've shown me.
And
They're good.
They are. And actually, I think Pinterest is like the most helpful thing in the world.
Although you can't always find the outfit. You know, sometimes it's just a photo, which bothers me.
Yeah.
Yes, but
So it's been like a journey.
Yeah. And I think what I did with this new job was, and thanks to my redundancy payout, I used a nice little chunk of it to contribute to this. I was like really intentional that I was going to be like professional. I was going to look the part.
Yep.
I was going to start day one with exactly how I wanted to be seen and how I wanted to feel about myself. And so I pretty much did what I kind of think men do, which is I kind of bought a uniform. I bought like 2 pairs of nice pants, all high-waisted, of course. Mm-hmm. I bought like 4 tops that can rotate.
Yep,
I bought 2 blazers.
This is your capsule wardrobe.
And it's my capsule wardrobe. And it's amazing because now I go to my cupboard and I go, right, okay, well, I'll just wear that and that. It's like it's taken all the stress out of my mornings.
Yeah.
And, you know, I've got 2 kids. I'm trying to get everyone out the door, trying to get to work.
Yeah.
It's massively helped me knowing that I'm like, right, that's my wardrobe.
Yeah.
My issue is now I bought that and I was still, I was only 7 months after having a baby. I'm now 13 months after having a baby and proud to say I've lost a bit of weight, which is great. Those outfits don't fit me. And so now I'm in that painful of justifying spending more money again, trying to do that. But I do think that it is important because I remember reading somewhere, I would love to try to find the article, which is a lot of women after they've had their first, second, third, whatever it might be, struggle to find out their new version of them.
Yeah, totally.
And I think that's exactly what we're talking about, which is how do you know what your new style is?
Yeah. How do you know what suits you?
Yeah.
How do you know what you like? And I think starting from who am I? Like what is the new version of me? Because I'm, you know, similar to me. Like I used to always wear tight dresses. I got a little bit of a mum pouch these days. I'm a bit different, and I feel like as well, me as a human, I'm actually probably the most comfortable I've ever been in my entire life. I feel more confident.
Good.
And someone actually at work today is turning 40, and he's like, "Oh, I don't want to turn 40," and I was like, "I'm not 40 yet, but I'm looking forward to it because I feel so like this is me and." I really like it now and I'm more confident and have more convictions than I ever have. But I think bringing it back to what is the identity that you want to create for yourself, you know, for you were like, okay, I'm going to work and this is the persona I'm going to not put on, but this is me. Yeah. I want to be professional.
This is a version of me.
Yeah, exactly. And I think bringing it back to like, who is that? Who is you? Who are you? And how do you want to bring that to life through the choices you make in your wardrobe?
So one of my friends post her first child just really struggled. Her body shape had changed quite a bit. And she had the same feeling as us, which was she looked in the wardrobe and she was like, I hate everything. Nothing works. I don't like it. And she went to this person, Sarah, I don't know how to pronounce her name, but shout out to her. She's at the Re-Outfitter in Singapore. And this woman comes into your wardrobe, firstly kind of assesses what you think is good, what you like in your own wardrobe. And she helps you to kind of determine, well, what kind of style suits you, what's most flattering to you, colour, style, all those things. She then takes clothes that you no longer want to keep and she actually then recycles them and like sells them on to someone else or gives them to other clients or, you know, she's very passionate about circular fashion. And then what she does is also then helps you to find the right kind of clothes that suit you.
Yeah, great.
And my friend was like, it was really small changes, but big changes. Yeah. Like in that they weren't drastically different from what she had. Yeah. But the combination of the outfits that she put together were just more complementary. Yeah. And I just think there has to be big business in that.
I mean, do you know what? This is like my dream job is like helping people find their identity and then expressing that through their wardrobe. I feel like the starting point for me is always where do I feel my best? And I know I feel my best in black.
And in high-waisted.
I mean, these pants are getting higher by the second.
Same.
But I really feel like you need to come back to like when it's almost like think about the 5 outfits you've worn when you've left the house going, I look fucking awesome. Yeah. And work your way backwards and figure out what are the commonalities there. Is it a shape? Is it a color? Is it a cut? Is it a style? Is it a look? Whatever it might be. And then start building around that. I also was reading that there's another way of, or like the whole thing to your point around creating a uniform is look at in your day or your week, what are the typical scenarios? Dropping kids off, going to work, and maybe a dinner at night. So you've got 3 scenarios. You should never, ever, ever then in those scenarios be wondering what to wear because you should have already built outfits for those scenarios. If you're going to a ball gown or like a ball, okay, that's like a outlier. Yeah. You might not have outfit for that, which is fine. You go and get something. But you should never be in a moment where you're like, what the hell am I going to wear? Because you've already built your uniform based on the scenarios that are most common to your life, which I need to start. I need to do that again. I feel like I did it and now my taste has evolved again a little bit and I need to almost relook at it.
I feel like I have two scenarios, which is the profesh me, the fancy pants me.
Yeah.
And then the mom me.
Yeah.
Which is like literally on weekends. It's just like high-waisted pants, sneakers,
Come
and
on,
some
Ellie,
kind of top.
say it.
What?
I'm a cool mom.
I'm a cool mom, not a
I'm
regular
not a regular mom.
I also think it goes a long way to, and I've always felt this. You know how they always say that women dress for women? Like it's not really to catch the attention of men, which I think men think is what it is.
Yeah.
It's really just to kind of almost get that validation from the people around you. And I was on a call with our India CEO yesterday and one of our colleagues from Amsterdam, and he came on and we had a nice little chat, and then she came on and I noticed she cut her hair and I said, oh, I love the haircut. Like it looks great. And she's like, oh, thanks so much. And she's like, yeah, I just noticed that your hair's like a lot darker. And I was like, yeah, it is. I kind of do this gloss tone. And the India CEO is a man, goes, this is lovely. I was like, oh, what is? And he goes, I've really noticed how when women get on calls, they're incredibly complimentary of each other, very observant of the differences in how they look or appear. He's like, do you know how nice it is to start calls like that?
Yeah.
And it didn't even occur to me. But it is. Like, I think I always say we're quite observant as people.
Oh, for sure.
But it is. I do think sometimes it also, and that was kind of when I was doing this exercise, explaining to my husband that it makes me feel good about me. And when you've had babies, the one thing you lack the most is confidence in how you look.
Yeah.
Because your entire body's changed.
Yeah.
Your whole identity is who you were before you had babies is completely out the window.
Yeah.
And so I do think it is very important to figure out what is the new you. It could be the same as the old you, but it's not.
That's such a lovely point though around, rather than trying to retain the old you or fit back in those pants and then feeling like crap when you can't. And it's like, of course you can't. You just had a bloody baby.
Yeah, your hips are literally bigger.
Yeah. And so instead of trying to do that, it's like, okay, this is a new chapter in my life and what do I want that to be about and when do I feel my best and then how do I build a capsule wardrobe or whatever it might be around that. And I think, I think that's such a key thing that actually I don't think a lot of women do because I do have so many friends, and maybe it's because I'm in that life stage where it is like either people have got little kids or turning 40 and you're just a bit like, who am I? What is my identity? And really struggling with how do I then dress for it. And so I think, coming back to like, who are you and what do you want to be about and where do you feel your best is probably the best thing.
We've talked about this, your potential pursuit for a second. Has that then affected?
Yes. I'm not buying any more high-waisted pants.
Let me ask the question in case people who listen don't know, because we've already talked about it. Yeah. But has that affected your buying choices, either to not buy anything, which I know is not true, you always buy, or to buy differently because you know that your body is likely to go through another change?
A little bit. I would say as of like from here onwards, probably, because, that might happen at some point in the near future. Honestly, I think the biggest shift I've had, I'm so bad at this, I get this from my mother, where I'll get like, okay, I need to buy these things and say it's like 5 things and I'll go, okay, I'm going to go and look at whatever shop it might be, either it's going to like a Zara or a Massimo Dutti or something, and I compromise quality for price. So like the pants I'm wearing right now, they're the worst quality and I should have just gone and bought like a really good high quality pair, but now I'm going to have to go and buy another pair anyway. And I need to adopt the mindset of like fewer better. Yeah. So like invest in really high quality but have a lesser quantity. And so I've done that a few times recently with some shoes. A great shout out to this brand called Essen, 2 pairs of shoes which cost a bomb but are just incredible quality, really bloody comfortable and simple that you can wear with anything. And so I've kind of tried to adopt that mentality of like, okay, if you're going to buy something, buy a really good one, buy one and then just have it forever. Which
is exactly my strategy before I started the job at TBWA.
Yeah.
I went to Everlane, which I love. So good. Just good, simple. Reminds me of Country Road. Good, simple.
God, I miss Australian shopping sometimes.
This is Country Road.
Yeah. I mean, Country Road's just great. We just don't have that here, do we?
They used to be here.
I know. I think they closed down.
Yeah.
For something.
But I do exactly that is I think, you know, as circular fashion is, sorry, not as circular fashion, as fast fashion is becoming out of fashion.
Yep.
You know, I think there is a place and a time for it sometimes. But if you're thinking about rebuilding the new you and your wardrobe, I definitely recommend spending more on less.
Actually, you just raised a really good point as well around circular fashion. I sell, like, I don't throw stuff out. Like, I'm so big on selling stuff because so often people will be like, oh my God, I love that dress. I'm like, I hate that dress. Do you want it? Or like, my whole thing is like, you buy one, sell one. So I'm not allowed any more quantity of clothes in my wardrobe. If I buy something new, I have to get rid of something.
Okay. Oh, I like that.
Yeah, because otherwise, like, why do I need 10 white T-shirts?
You have a lot of white T-shirts.
A lot of white T-shirts. But I think, you know, platforms like Carousel are phenomenal. And even for me, like, I bought some sneakers the other day and rather than buying them first hand, brand new, I went onto Carousel. Someone was already selling them. They'd never actually worn them. They were still in the box, probably half the price. And I'm really big on kind of this whole circular thing, but also just, you know, one man's trash is another person's treasure, right?
But that's why Re-Outfitter is exactly, I mean, she's just capitalising that market to encourage good fashion choices.
Yeah.
But also to know that sometimes something that doesn't suit you may very well suit someone else.
Yeah. Hey, how's Will feel about your high-waisted pants?
Oh my God. Well, I mean, not great. Because it's like across everything, right? It's also my underwear choice. I just don't have the time to feel uncomfortable.
Why don't men like high-waisted things?
I don't know.
Andrew hates them.
Yeah, so same as swimmers.
Oh, he's like banned them in our house.
Same. So now I'm exclusively in one pieces.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, you will never catch me ever in my life wearing any hipster type or like bow type kind of situation with pants, swimmer pants in ever. That's never going to happen.
Yeah.
And I don't care if I lose 20 kilos, 5 kilos, no kilos. Just I'm uncomfortable exposing my body that much. I just, you know, as I said, I think we make that transition from being who you were before to who you are now pretty quick. Like the second you have that baby, you are a different person.
Yeah.
It's not. I don't think it's the same for them. I don't. You know, their shift from not being a dad to being a dad. I don't know. Maybe they get their dad bod, but everyone seems to celebrate dad bod. So it's you know, it's not as harsh.
No one celebrates the mum bod.
You never see like clips on Daily Mail that are like, oh my God, look at that hot mum patch. Like it's totally. You know, it's always the criticism and the critique. So
which is bullshit.
Yeah. So I do. I mean, as I said, he's always telling me how beautiful I am, and I really love that he does that because I don't always feel that beautiful.
Well,
you know.
I had to laugh the other night. I went to bed and Andrew and I were laughing because I had my retainers in and I really love this T-shirt that he has, which is it says I'm a Lego dad. So that's my bedtime T-shirt. I also have other things, but it's so comfortable. And we were laughing because I was like, is this turning you on right now? And he was like, yeah, those retainers and that Lego dad T-shirt's really hot. And I mean, I think we're like 10 years into marriage. He's like, yeah, whatever. I don't really, you know. Yeah.
They value beauty in a different way.
Thank God.
Can you please post a picture of that on our socials? I think we just find some examples of the young us and how much we've evolved and how much better we look now.
Totally. I can, I'll post that tonight in my Bonds period panties.
Shout out to Bonds for making those. I'm a big lover of those.
Same. Okay, so this was a short and sweet episode, but a few things that I want to reiterate mainly for myself is it's okay that your identity changes and it evolves. You don't need to feel like you have to hold on to who you were and what you used to wear. Like your body has changed and that's awesome. It's something to be celebrated. Now like think about who is that new you. Think of the scenarios and situations where you need common outfits and build a uniform around those and invest in the high quality pieces rather than a high quantity of pieces. Those are my key takeaways. I'm gonna literally go home and start looking at my wardrobe based on those lenses.
And that's really great. I also think I like the scenarios thing the most because I think that's exactly right. There's different versions of us now. Mm-hmm. And so what do those versions look like? And if you need someone to help you do that, there are I think clearly there are a lot of people in towns everywhere that will help you.
Totally, like if anyone wants me to come to their wardrobe and help them.
I always look to your wardrobe for inspiration. I'm surprised we're not dressed the same, actually.
It's literally like white sneakers, black pants, black t-shirt, black jumper. Throw in a little bit of colour. I got my ears pierced recently. Well, I've always had them pierced, but one of them grew over. And so now I have like I can wear proper earrings, and I have invested in a lot of earrings and actually jewelry because I do wear so much black. I'm like, you know what? I can dress this up now with earrings. This is like a whole new world to me.
But I think that's exactly right. The evolution is constant. You're always going to have a different version of yourself, figure out what that looks like, spend if you need to. William, listen to this, let me spend. But yeah, I think they're really good takeaways. And I think, if you have that moment where you look in your cupboard and you feel like you literally have nothing to wear and that's consistent, then do it. Chuck out some stuff.
Sell it all and then use that money to buy a whole new wardrobe.
And go find the new you.
Yep. Cool. All right. Well, have a awesome day, guys. Night, morning, whatever it is for you, whenever you're listening to this. And we're the Full Timers Club.
Cool. See you next time.